a free
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Unyane baby, Sika educate. It's like a page, you know, I am vibe. But more than YouTube, ho, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All a man them so they come for inspiration, motivation, modern education. Wafranada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Wafranada, Bema, Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate.
Abusia, well, who mean ya back, kama, who fit dia, or be coming home. Sister, pink does something for you. It really does. Color pink is a very good color for you, pa. Yes, it's your Abusia. And idiot. Me, my make us an tin. I say, oh, echo.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's much better. No, but still, me Timmy who say me casa. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I think so.
Who you see earpiece? And I say be from us.
There be cry. I don't have anything of mine on at all.
Okay.
But me casa I can still hear myself talking.
Okay. I mean, you may have say that baby.
Anyway, Abusia, chia munyina. Hope say Abusia will be a hoye. Queer sika me amidi. Me ma me casa ne tin. Me your host. Guest no na me de naba. Eso metina ne dwamu na won kan your person tradition nyina. E ma bebre ne sise wo mo bre. In relationships, in marriages, e ma jeja ye ho. And ye di wo mo punching bag. It's with the meja the amami nyaba no ankasa se wo mra na eni hu nkomo na afi se bia mekwa aba hwe se beboa enti de kasa be free mu na masaba why enti meja ma kasa
no problem. Hello everybody on Shika Educates. Ebusianfo mo ho tsan me ne mo kasa ya check akra. This evening we're going to talk about abuse in relationships. Now, abuse in relationships, no, most particularly in marriage. One, a lot of people, both men and women, go through abuse. But sometimes, obits na ho ebusan ho say, oh, enkolaya menye ya ware me de me kwa him, mami ntina musa. Obits beto na aka say na me free aware we mu ahefa na me ko. My sisters, my brothers, abuse no. In so many forms, yakasa abuse na. But obiane abuse will come. Obi ha abuse no. Enye so violent. Obi also so abuse no. Violent to the sense ahoto eniho. She hasn't got or he hasn't got his peace of mind because abuse now is not only with women. No, it's not only women who go through abuse. We also have men who are being abused by women because a man be so man no ya. Maybe I know, yeah. So baby catch also do not pass no do what my worry. Kenya some crapa also be man huh? And confirm meet me near on my abaye said me worry on one Kenya some cry. Had it not been my parents, Swampa and me worry. One abuses of late and also be brave. We are seeing a lot of abuses on social media. And most of these abused, my sisters, my brothers, or shall I say abuse in a too much, you have to advise yourself. You see, Obi catch me say, into say, what relationship we say, oh, our remunas abuse, no, I too much. What do you have to do? before say we even start with abuse no. Me per se obia edutin it no say the word empowerment. Empowerment ye dia say bema woye adwuma oba so woye adwuma. So woye oba na woye adwuma na bema so woye adwuma. Bibia beba wakwa mu no, you not suffer. But sabi, especially with the women, if you are not working, especially with the women, if you are not working, nasa abuse and start here. One shot. Just what they answer you are sinking because one nipa corner work actually not to do this, not to do that. No. Hello, Shika. Oh. Because nipa corner culture say, for instance, Bema culture say don't work. Bema culture say me ejuma. But Bema ne say abuse wa. Na woni sika. O source of power. Eye den woni da so eye hwan. Woti hoi, wo hia sika. Woti wo hia sika, wontade nyina ye dada. Wontade nyina titititi. Woti hoi, just woni one kasa sister woni se wo hia sika ba wo kunu se dabi, me da me yere dia me pese obeye adwuma, me pese wotena fie, me pese o hwe nkwala no. Me ken so she can organize herself and even work from home. Say we have housewives who are home and they are doing a lot of things. Obi oha woye share butter, obi oha woye soap making, woye nema bebre wo fie edi sika kakra bre no. But be ma bi dia, on dey say obeti pass na yire eye adwuma no. Eye ade a obese ode betu ne bukum. Sika so a wo ma. Oba be na beti na wiasem se unhia sika shika. Ade e friend is sika. The second name of a woman is sika. Oba bi ehia sika. It is a what you say na kunu ma onya adwuma na se wo hia sika na obeka kire ni bia na se on fam mawa and so financial abuse in the name of who ma enti nkwala no me pese o hwe nkwala no nkwala no nyini a me kan nkwala no munyini ya na foforo asamba onyini ya na foforo asamba onyini ya na se foforo asamba obaby to me ka kire me say or say my husband doesn't give me anything but I am still pregnant. Excuse me. Your husband doesn't give you anything and you are still pregnant. And what do you expect me what do you expect me to do? Huh? Obi say my husband doesn't respect me and he obi catch me so ni kunu emma onene ma 50 cedis a week. Shika. 50 cedis Ghana a week for chop money for the week. And I'm saying 50 cedis, what do you break it down? We have 7 days in a week. That's 7 days, you know. How are you going to devise our 50 cedis no, for 7 days no, plus yourself and your husband, meaning that you are feeding 5 people with 50 cedis? Sometimes okasa na meme bisa abetuna ka cho say oh sa e man na o makasa ka so social media no o mo na say ye yere mo ye say mo yere mo san wonya de pa ye be ka kire bra so wonya de pa me megina woni maka to say plain ade a wo ye is not good. Who straighten up? What if you are being an so one says she can organize herself, she can take care of the home and she can work. Man, chance ne. Well, out of respect, na sebe our real mema kasa yetio. And yes, yes, say ye yent me bibio. Out of respect because our real was a woman bema sa respect no. Now there, who can was na bema won't hear was some dear. Adia wo pe adia wo wakuma ma wo pesa wo ye no wo ka kire ni bia you are not getting any good feedback from him. He's not supportive. Wo be ka bibia kire na me dey me se me mpe e too much. Bella says 50 cedis a week is too low. My sister, so what to say amount 50 cedis in a week? Now when him say you're continuous and you know so you have 3 kids, you don't wait for somebody to tell you, so you need to get out there and work. You yourself, you have to know, say, you don't have a solid foundation. Well, Bema now would don't want children or so crap, but he's not helping you. 50 cedis, should in case you need 10 million this year, where is he getting the money from? No. Unless of course he has the money and he's not giving you. And who knows tomorrow? You can be in need of money this year as you can by fire by force. I was a back. Sorry to say, those people, they are in groups and they'll be warring group admins. Please, can you ask for funds from the group members? Funds for group members, they are also working. Because the group members, also they decide not to work. How are they also going to help you? You see, I do was saying now most of the abusers, no, they made me because no matter what, no, the audience starting free empowerment. And so media empowerment is starting on. Because what is say you are going through financial abuser and you are empowered, who bet my wow. So once I will share abuse one, bear abuse you, pa, wouldn't so person who free more. Or person who free more. Sometimes you don't get support from your own parents. Especially in the African society, Obaka told my no papa and say, I worry this, I na musa, Sani in it's now 50 years, and then I will buy a new quan say. Now one kasa wabano, you are confused. You are in a dilemma as to stay or to go. But when he said when you move out of that marriage now, you can't do it. Won't be on your own. Because you don't have any money, and the man uses that also as a weapon to also control, to also continue to abuse you. Because on him say, yes, who catch your parents, grandpa, when him say you are not working, who needs sika? Or no amount chop money, and to umpo, no abo, no with him, who swan, a dear chibiuma, sorry to say, a dear chibiuma, no sorry, no often a dear I be seen in him, was a mirror, or Jan in him. My men can't tramo, a man and memma with him, I worry bien you wa, yes, you say yes, a cobo bar. Our bien why you share say koboba. No my boom so our you also have to get up and fight for your rights. Fighting for your rights. I mean, I love to talk about that. Why? Because sorry to say, you move be more Africa. Fighting for your rights. A boom. Say yes, the society, there's a stigmatization of the society. Society for Abraham is saying, I'm a bad woman. You are a bad woman, you are in that marriage and you are the one who's suffering. Is the society suffering with you? Is the society also broke like you are? You are the only one who is broke. The society, people are still in the society. The society is us. Me, I'm better now. I can't abuse once I'm also empowered. If I decided not to be empowered and I'm being abuser, would I have the voice to talk? When you work, when you're empowered, you have the voice to talk. When you have an abusive man, especially when it comes to physical abuser, me patros I'm man mama for mo hun cha omo. Be me bia obe abuse oba physically. So wo last week on my page, baby the history be brand me say Nikunu is a nurse in Ghana in the north. Papa na fa sponge. Any aba e dia bono for 1 hour shika. What dia bo mame na kopim sa nensa breye e bo mame no. And then he left for work. Uri no sentity na tem kan. And so not only that city is getting what a physical abuse, she's also getting what or nyasa e bro no so kan ho. Onya verbal abuse because he didn't atem. Was saying a physical abuse and what she's going through emotionally. You can imagine. A whole lot, and she's not working. She's been married for 5 months, Shika. And I make her, sometimes you have to take one bold step, and that bold step is going to also straighten up your life. Because some men, or some women also, because it's not always the side of the men. In some cases, some men or some women also say, oh, well, sorry, I'm taking action now. The next person, when you leave or when you die, the next person who would come after you is going to be the same story. Because Nipakona, that beast is outside there, and nobody is yemfa emra ento Nipakoso emuema Nipakon who say emra eyejuma emra bit ma locking it down. You see, it's me sis. Let me tell you something. Me, one, sorry to say, sometimes kasa abuse my yes, say obi a warrior. It's not about saying obi a warrior. Yes, Ruby, I'll come to that abuse. Physical abuse, no, ehona media starting. Bro, you have the proof. If you have the proof, sorry, nakoye report police station. Sorry, it is what it is. They be CNC. And then they see that. Huh? What to hold they be your po? They be how dare Nipa wanting it to say one po? A dear right na Nipa that's a new reason say, Obefa ba abu obiba. Sabi, and more crowd far babona, Obe pimo. Make I say, Miss Miko far babu a ponchibio said, I ponchib baby pim me no. Obe pim me passion say, wa. What stupid girl? How dare you so about me? Huh? And to that man or born for 1 hour, I said to the woman, "Me say my sister, Bema, where they're sorry to say." I also was trying to say yes. Also, so the lady is a university graduate. Can you imagine? Shika. University graduate. University graduate, my sister. And I say my sister, into school I walk your books kakraka we saying in what's Hannah? Sorry to say no national service so as a nurse, so day as another case na make because stories no doso. And I would should hold my bema yi abo. Mrs. Obetimia, what did they hear and so one for telephone? One for phone charger. Fantadia me no and I mean sabi show bag. Call somebody who is a lady, go and sleep over at the person's house. The next day, go to the police station, now go file a report. Luckily for her, when she got to the police station, it was a woman who received her at the police station. Shika would hear some making you. And so or buyer or receiving you, policewoman or receiving you, and our friend you couldn't say you are needed at the police station as soon as possible. Papa yimbe sorinko police station wakofa ne papa dinechi. Wakofa ohene a owo ne krase ho dinechi okopa acho. Tio, abused man, but the society is what covering up an abused man. Luckily for us, the person was a policewoman. And my minister, Debbie. Sa papa wedie. This is not a family case. Monsha said it was yabo. Wabu mamina bia no na mamina hu na say shika. Policewoman said papa ye de ne be shim. Obe demo for 3 days. He has to face the law. And the man was asked to pay 4,000 Ghana cedis to the woman to start with. Nashika, in the beginning, when the lady started complaining to her parents that her husband is beating her, say, they were like, "Hey, don't come here, men back to the house. Once namusa men but you have to say, don't is a journey, marriage is a journey of no return. Kahosa Shika, enti yache papa na shemuna, policewoman na mpene say, papa ne mame na ohine na okoye no to bail him no. Omuko frɛ girl me maame na maame ne betena police station ho na wosu kyerɛ ne ba no sɛ me pawacho wanye we ne de mewu mewu ase ni se ɛna maame ni su ɛna ne ba so isu wahwe o ɛna police woman ne say okay sɛ case die akosi say ni de sɛ na asɛm ni si kɔ na maame no susu to hɔ isu no wo de anya hwe omo be cancel court case. But so we be double 3 days ni ebe yini de ye nyini da. And I'm saying we crampo na osan ko mama ni sham. Na wako face law. Ni de na ko sham for 3 years, 4 years. O pia bonte ba. O baby obenya no be treat no. Those women who are being abused, moti ho and you are abused, you are making these people it's like you are living with a killer. As a one obi kum enete. One sorry and kasa, one sorry and boa. Sometimes you don't get anybody to help you. But if you are empowered and you have some money saved on the side, you can take a bold step and then pack your things and leave the house. Or because Adama, you people, the way you are me coming in because I know we are Africans, I know how Africans we talk. But because of you people, when you are talking, you because you people are breaking marriages.
Nonsense.
Breaking marriage. Yes, our Arabian is not going to work out, and you haven't married to somebody to suffer. You married to be happy, and you married to glow, and you married to what? You married to do a lot of things. You married to progress in life. But our real with him was around the pa, and you saw Okoda won paswa, and you saw Bema na our no campo nyanen and kasa. Muntimi nye bibia. And we also have what sexual abuse. So, Bema be sorry to say, anopebia ebum. Bema be anopa enumre ebum. What's no media sana metie? Omukono no munro na. And maybe be no munro or num nedroni ya or bape on he's not himself. And then me penny say. And then machine can't break it down. Nana or say, I'm afraid if I don't give it to him, he will go in for side chick. That is what some women say. What if I don't give it to him, he will go in for side chick? What if he has a side chick and he's still doing this to you? What about that? When something is too much, the first person to talk to is the person in your life. That is where you have to start from. Because once that's from one say, you can gather your evidence. You've spoken to the person in your life, not once, not twice, not 3 times. The person is not changing. You have also sent a second warning to your parents. This is what you are going through. And nothing is my sister, my brother, Juma, my sister, if you have to separate with the person, separate with the person. Don't care about what the society will say. Society na yankan sempa emfa nipa honda. Nipa wokɔ soro ba fam kra ye beka bi akyerɛw. Nipa yanka bi ankyerɛw a wonye yie. It is our report there. Those of you, especially those of you who are being abused physically, our report there who here pa. Wako police station, wako file a complaint to her. What show evidence? What hanging out your crocro, your bobo, and all that. What do you natural say? See, if they have to throw him in there, they will throw him in there. And sorry to say, we also have police people who are also watching us. Sorry to say, some of them also take bribes. They do because shema, ne a bribe you, no me yini pakrono. And as a wow, what the case now, make you complaint because the person has been bribed. No, now why in a foolish case? No, he case nephew. Shika. Not the person. Yeah.
And now I'm saying, dear Tommy, Nina, ama me mood nensha dan ko yie ninti. Na de na nka me decide this and ka me de me nkasa bebre because mood na nko yie a eya na me mpese me homo abesore. But that topic way is something that I'm really, really passionate about. O start here with the free empowerment so. Emma, Miss Ramwani Diemua, say video ya. If you haven't heard a word of what me nua ba ne kana, me mekuye sika me catch o say pedruma na ye. Because relationship a wo komu, marriage a mo komu no, eye nipa mienu e na mo be hia mu o. Eseso obi atimi gina wo no ankasa ne na so. That is the only time that you're ready for marriage. Wujina wan kasa wo nan so. You can stand on your own 2 feet. Wutimi ye wa wuti. Wutimi tatade bi a peshe. Wutimi feedi wo ho. Then you're ready for marriage. Mo amodi aware adane se ye be ma sede se be ma ne ne hwe wo ba no. Eno na de mo kwoto san kwansum relationships bi mu. Oba wuntimi nyina wa wo nan so. Bema bia ni ho a obebu oba wontimi patade ma ne ho wontimi feedi ne ho sanitary towel wontimi nto utiri ho ye fi na ese okohihya bibia wo da bema se bema na enye bibia ma oba bi sa no wonya buo ni ne die biara etimi nua ma mo amaye so desperate say chinchina china you guys have to marry no matter what the case may be no eniama amode mo ho kohihye mu na ebinie eno ya asem edikan asem etosu mienu ampese me kan yes a message ya me nua ba sister Emilia ya beto ade isui say we are talking about abused women living marriages no now what if there are kids involved sister Emilia let me so asem when you are 6 foot under your browa e push you now free so beto form and as uti pai say panyan as a wuwa we share 6 foot under. How are you going to be a mom to a man? Sister Emilia Adriano ho. Eno ya ade edikan. Ade etosu mienu so ni say. Be ma bia do ye police yi a wote Ghana ho. Ebe ka kire wo say ye normal bia no say nipa no. Sese ye check sa ade we kakra. Waju for a reason. Waju. Women's hwani. It is there for a reason. It is sister. Don't sit down and say your brother-in-law, whoever the hell he is, is telling you, say it is normal. Who now share 6 foot under will be a mechanic will say, normal. It is sister, a baby pebi na ye. They just say it is normal, no. Because when the bear man or macra no it me fam a mlakwan so Emma bear man henema. Sister. Your life is more precious than awari a pansam na pro. Na sebio ma goti free mu a APP. Sa awari we nya awari we ye nkwanso mu prison e na ahye. E pense ne waye yama death sentence. Sister me kuma wosro me pese me kasa bebre ti unim. We dem am nya ma why?
Okay. Yeah, abuse na ye kan ho asembio. You see, you are talking about what if kids are involved. That is when you don't know your rights as a woman. Do you know that women also have their right in marriage? Huh? Women also, everything that happens to you, you need to have proof. What you should also not forget, sir, when we say abusers are manipulators. So first of all, as a woman now you are being abused, you have to start believing in yourself. When you start believing in yourself, when you say, abusers no media in a way say you don't even think alone. If you need to think, you need to consult him for your own thinking. Why yes na dia show tirim sa fadwene no. O pesa wo dwene sa anyensa bia a wo se mame ko busa no. But you never get anything that is positive. So when ni bakroko kasa, everything that the person tells you comes in the negative way. And so but now that me dem some make bia some need to say. And first of all, when him say when war in your casa abuse now, abuse me degrees na woman. And what's your physical abuse, mo? And you, Auntie Emilia, if you feel that your physical abuse is good for you, me pacho shomu. Now, they want to listen or let them listen. Me, I don't beg anybody for anything because sorry to say, so I was you are educating your kids and you yourself, you don't know your left and right. Then I'm very sorry. We are very sorry. As a woman, as a mother, if you don't know one casa your left and right, where you are heading, say, I can't do this alone. That is when you don't believe in yourself. That is when you are not empowered. That is when you are being manipulated by your abuser. That is when you know, say, what dear, right from the start, there is nothing that you can do. You know, when you have kids involved, you don't have kids involved. Say in case of separation or in case of divorce, the court decides. We have so many organizations in Ghana and all over the globe for the rights of kids also. I want to share where the kids are safe. Sometimes they even take the kids from you and the father because they may say, because you are traumatized. So he's an abused man. And see, in some cases, they even take the kids from you, and then they French and a family that care. And well, sorry to say, mommy in Germany, what is her name? AIDS, ambassador. Joyce. When something of the sort, I mean, in the history, so please don't get me wrong. It's just a example. When things were a little bit difficult for her and she had her kids, they had to take the kids from her. And they didn't because kids also need to be protected.
Absolutely.
Kids protection. And that's in Africa, yamfa and kwala protection and kwala rights. So yamfa nyejuma. Ahanum say, what your boba na she? Boba banko report to school he say wabono. What was na yama convocation school. You say, well, akwala ne beka say why you say you sha akwala no wa bia no. Because here Africa for 1 2 3 bia yensa wo ho. Paka ni abo. But opo akwala na wo training no so. Say akwala ne ko kan school say wo bono. Ana wo ye ni say ya. You betimi age wo ba free wonsam. Abochi akwala nya wo dia. But the kids are not for you. Do you think that when you're in an abusive relationship like this, in case of something, the way these kids are going to enjoy life, almost everything will be taken care of, but you'll be protecting Kwalana. Look, no marriage is guaranteed, no matter what, and nobody knows how your relationship is also going to end. The same sister Emilia, let me also give you this one more time. So what if they are kids? What if, sorry to say, je touche le bois, what if you are in a marriage that is being abusive and the man dies? How are you going to survive with your kids also?
Bisana mami.
Sister. Bibia to say anyame pengu na okunu nya kan accident and die one sorry view. How are you going to survive? For those women who sit there without doing anything, who sit idle, that is my question to you. If that person dies, and also have you thought about that? And I said, do you think that would all raw anima? When in the shower in 100 years, you don't know what will happen in your marriage. I don't know what will happen in my marriage. On paper, bibia in marriage, I won't even predict what will happen next. Etina oba bia wo se wo sori ye adwuma oba krampo no wo se wo sori fa won to ma papa bi fra one fa won to papa bi enfra wo be free we mu kwa ko run another one with the same story would follow. Because sorry, and maybe bit me who and maybe because of our way Jimmy pa, we uncle ba or nyansa sin, ben maybe to me because I share nigger. Was so young didn't know catch us our uncle ba or nyansa sin because or her uncle ba no, she's a little bit not say tough, but she respects her decision. She takes her own decision and she's able to do a lot of things without say obey you know how cut time be say. You can ask your husband to also give you ideas. But why do you need the amount to use to make a crack? Yes, I'll be brain damage.
Just a sister Adama, and I may can say I had really chosen say I mean Kasa baby, but some of the things that are being said here are just really sad to hear. Say me young kuma, women have allowed themselves to be abused and subjected to abuse so much so that to say when you see one Kasa self our relationship ni. And I mean you are ne can. Where she a bear man was what do? All the jargon they tell you, but enkwawohui. It's me free ni pansa at any time. Where that's any I would see us here, dear. No, say a war is part of life. A 2 year na many abeya yeti, any more mutie none of us are gonna live forever. Yen na your time beso. Enti nipa wo baby ko e akwantuo mu ne ewo. Sister, it is all akwantuo mu a. Na nyame abɔ wo ba and has called you and empowered you to stand on your own 2 feet as an individual. Now be ye ne sesa we ye no. Now wo de ho koto obi ba be ma so se enipa ne na be ye mframa a wo be home. Enipa ne na be ye nsu a wo be nom. Enipa ne si odo nti no. The person is your ride and die. Are you that person's ride and die? Are you that person's ride or die? It's if the tables are reversed. Sacrifice now, oh yeah, what done who Jesus, Savior of the world. Now do will cry to Wama Wadiano. Rose near reversed. I wouldn't where you prepared this one also didn't crab to Wama wana. Maybe so. Young Fawadi and co have you. Young Fawadi, young fan cobe biasa. See so hey. See a bell boy and when you see a bed boy and when you see any drama and 70 fire totally sabi you bear man fan nanti. It's in our dear no. Yami bow dear. What born is our bar. Be ye bear myself so boafo. Helpmate. Yanka say no. Be foul wo clan of fat to her. Na better than a doormat. Yeah, ye be treat you so. Miss Remo, ma. That is not what marriage is. Awari and wolf will be. I'm a nipana barbe complementing life. And your friend of marriage. Marriage in yes, you put your life on hold and take over somebody else's life and run that life. Nipani didn't quasi asema announcing. Sister Adamatiwe, me tiwe, Miss Yawa wo me one fan ne more say, ne more the bassy, and fan cameda. One na bomb hooker. In the first place, one on economy mammy question, our catesu no money me kuya no more me. It's if anybody has the right, as well about bomia, nas what didn't stab here, and kayas uncle for me anyway. Woman, yo, and so many. I ni penny fear do 9 back cook me no. It's Bema or person name me kuyatanano. Oh, but no matter how bad I'm a situation, no. Mianam tiame danka, mianam hameda. Mesha tadia, mianam disadia tadio, pesepiche. And a woba. Woba no. Wonsu na show who feed you who na won't so woba. It's in your na babe, wo piagina and nasu say, and the akayan who abum say. But some of us women behave as if Sister Adama said, Siamese twins be. One say nyame boy no. Say can nyame free say wo band to me nyina ono ane na so anko boy be me. Na kwa join ye ne mema no at the hip because we can't fend for ye ankasa ye ho. But say nyame atimi abo ba say gina ona so as an individual tototia wenim enufo wenim you have a brain to use. 10 fingers, 2 hands, 10 toes, 2 legs. Sister, what is your excuse? A DNT say, awari why you so desperate to say a person or warintino. Uma be my beshishem ramau. I say, men pesa obey juma, me pesa otena Now won so what Japan tena I'm obia ma be shawa braboso. Why? That is what I don't understand. Adia baako a dear man to some no is because we accept rubbish. Yeah, ma we nya adwuma na so ade atom. It is a say no. Yan fan say sister Adam me wo hoi. Na me da bema. Me hia bros a bema. Me hia aduane a me beti brodo a bema. Mary meat pie bema. Menu mu nsu a bema. Baby a me da bema. It is a say me ma me yare a. Me ko expect say obi ba bema. E na enyi sika mami ansa na me mami akọ hospital anase de ema mo amutiti fi amunya hwe nye no mo say it's almost as if you're not really being real e wa asase a me ne omi enu de di asu no. It is about time, say ma sorry ni afa ye ntoma pefra. If you're not standing on your own 2 feet and working, you're not ready for marriage. You are not ready for marriage. Sister Adama Tuaso.
You see, people who abuse more partners in marriage, no. Makase, omoye two-faced people. They are very mean to you, but when they meet your parents, they even give them money. Obo no ohu parents or say okay, na ka kocha mame, omo kodru mame ho, no ama mame sika. Ano no omo papa sika, omo busofo nyina wototo ade akomo mu nyina. Abra mi ken, wo hwe okunu se wonim se wabusa no. Wabusa no 100 cedis for the past 2 weeks. Or say me ba won fa sika na ma. And in that case, no matter what you tell your parents, no, ombekasa wona wo ya akwala boni. Ombekasa wona you don't know what you want in life. So when your bema come away, oba be na betimi nya sa bema ye krawo. Bema ye krawo, it's just normal no. Bema wotimi ma ne yure ebusua esika. But what to whom and oba be chun kontompo actually say bema no moska. Bema bo ho mo ma kobo. What you say? One city cry on farm mouth. And yen say, or the sika crampo more bar crampa, and he says sika no crampo. He said, what this sika no, and so the matches, ashini sika, washino. But to me, ever cast or cock show parents from more muska or more muska, no matter what you would say, no, your parents will never listen to you. O friend will complain, it a cry, or me that can tum. We young ma or baby nyan bema we are when bema no bema bena about hanum say who you about who worry crash can you cry ebe my sika who could not buy bill my sika come on tum because of sika cry they are top parents be anunti na who crampa yes itinamu or betiana ne banewu was I nyamisi say ne beba ansa nyamisi say ne beba no oba ne hu ne ekoso waka chiro wo ye mame wo ye papa so wa adwene and your kid is suffering now. Nasa what do ba? Obe try to know what is going on. You can surprise them in a day. And I say you can even go there for maybe 2 nights. And that's what kakra honest impromptu and then definitely you would see some signs say yes, your kid is suffering. But a bit more or mobile by catch trauma, you say your husband is always right. Men are not always right. Oh. Men are not always right. And a people so be social commenting was it it's extremely difficult to leave an abusive marriage. It's extremely difficult to leave an abusive marriage. It's also extremely easy to die in an abusive marriage.
Absolutely, Minia. Absolutely. And that is why I cannot for the life of me think, look, the parents now pushing mama into abusive marriages and forcing them to stay in these marriages. I don't think that these parents deserve to be parents in the first place. I'm sorry, but that's just the gospel truth. Because me papa ne me mama me ka wo ma bo me ho bra wo ma bre wo me ho and it does no ko mo mama no, it will never happen in this lifetime or the lifetime to come. Say me mama ne me papa be me and I say me nuanu ma ni bi mu bia betra abusive marriage. For what? Aware they call heaven. For what? Sika kakra, sika eyedien. Where are we taking money? Ehe ne edeko. Enipa wu adakatia. That is oba no wo ton no nya dobi na awo ma oba no. Anya dobi na do ba no. Sister, asa wo pimpi oba. Ani where your parent a wode ne be kwa ashawo mu sa na me hu no. Wo do oba obe ni say sister Adama.
You see, parents be omo ye kodai, omo ye sha. Se me ka say sha. Parents be o ha. Be ma na ode ne be ma no krampo wonim no. Ba be ma be o ha wo back no abe dada parents no obeche bia no we sika kakro so we de gina wo de ato brodo bi. Ye erade be ma bi say na me pa ma me ba. Wonim be ma ni so ban kra na wo de ne ba aha koma no. Wo ko hye ho. Wo shaware no won ade ba ko na me da me papa say up to date. Right from your collaboration, no, papa ne de see and so say, me man dear, me person one kasa mujina ho. Believe in yourself, stand on your feet, do things for yourself, with or without a man. Me person man kasa, you live your life first. One, and I'm sorry, people can say, okay, one say, yeah, holy books, no. Especially yeah, for holy books. Yeah, say Bema, especially first Bema, you saw the door for heaven. Tio, Shika. Yes, Bema aware no first no na do call heaven. Yati ase. Yentimi challenging yame. But Bema wo ho na berema wo ho. Na se me se bu ko sha Bema fun bia. Wo titio. Wono a wonye papa. Wono a wondo. Ono krapa sebe. Wono obedi mpemu agro kan pa edidi atem. Na wo ho bon, na wo to bon, na me de me penny say. Ayiya wa. Wo sa Bema so bitimi do ba ko heaven. Huh? Say Bema na de Bema. Okay, Bema na de me call heaven. Okay, me kunu na de me call heaven. Mate, fine, sure. Me ni aje me kunu de me call heaven. But say me kunu yeah ade ma me so oba me so a. Heaven no me na me kwa no so na eko.
Sister. Just I can't think far. Me just say me dream who am in tiasie. I don't get it. I don't understand. Say, awade wakwa awade mu. Yeni na ye kwa awade mu aye kom say beye yi. We're all hoping for the best. Say awade no. Send me ye can't send kebeko ne beko sa. But if it's not working for you, send your who free says what is your excuse for remaining in that kind of abusive relationship? Excuse me again. Miss ya wo me won fa ne borre say, then somewhere anu say, and fan kameda. Na Bema say because me pekoti ada ho nti no wa be chicken e de eyi sapo e de achechire ho de be bu me mekuya sika. Really? Say dienti. Why? I don't understand. This is how Adama Chiremasi because mentiasi.
Mamin Shika. A lot of you who are watching us, let me tell you the first signs, the early signs, or people say early signs of abusers. It's just like early signs of pregnancy. Do you know how it starts? First of all, when the person wants to abuse you, or better trust, when you want financial independence. Anything that has got to do, say one kasa, you have your own purse. Say you are holding your own purse like this. You're like, wow, I have this purse. I have my own. No, I have money in this. The abusers, they don't like that. You see? Hello, Rebecca, my sweetheart. Rebecca says she was in an abusive marriage for a very long time because she was scared to be alone until she couldn't take it anymore. My sister, hey, loving you, Rebecca. Rebecca is my friend anyway. And Peter, so you are afraid to be alone. Yeah, sometimes you think about that. But if you believe in yourself, you take bold steps. You walk like a queen. What would I see from Bia? Wouldn't say, yes, you have taken this decision and you haven't regretted taking any decision for your life. And how can you take these decisions when you are empowered? Some women are in an abusive relationship. They can't even open their mouth and talk because they don't have anything. Adi omuwa nkwala na omu benya an abusive relationship nasa. Bema biti mi ka share na yire no say sister woniema na o ma free me dem ko. Sebe wo yire no wo yakaya yo. Wo yire no ko fa no ball aso. Wan ko fa wo yire no ofie. Ade na mema bi mutimi bu e masa. When bu oba bi obeba wo life mu no. Wunya bu. Life, you'll be miserable as a man. If you want, so won't pour bar, mean to dinner them. Because Sabi, or Bana would didn't them no. And the same idea now, Hakota home, baby. Sabi, a man be Jimmy, Sanet here, wouldn't pa or bow say, and I made them in penny, a side chick, na me penno. What is the difference between your wife and the side chick? Huh?
quite apart from that, quite apart from that, any man who insults a woman that he's been with before, no, where Jimmy Kakra. Because so wofiri se wo soro ne asase nyansa. Adenti na time na ne ye ush as no, time na wo ye ne line no, time na ne ho ye ofe no, time na enufuo ne sisi so etu ogu na chi no. Adenti na sa time na wo ye nyansani no. Wen hunu ne se sa maami we onya me type. Wedi na wie no asese ya pansa ma wie de abegina ho beka se wo ba bedi oba tema ba begu nanimu ase wa ware oba ne te ene na wo miensa enan ba akumienu all of a sudden no wo ba bedi sa wo ba na tem because the marriage hasn't worked in intino and as a wo excuse the akodi unsem fun ne nsem hunu bi oba bi intino efe di oba ne nya gudi na fu ba begu nanimu ase nya sa Sister Adam, I mean, yeah, na answer be say, no, na make an, yeah, na sometimes me pese me go too far until the mammy ma one kasa
too far because sorry to say, me the make kasa manono media. Me obi antimi nyima no manono it belongs to me. I talk until na nyame ama me anono. Oba bia wo hwe me, nyankopon ama wano, nyankopon ama wa adwene, nyankopon ama won sa. When it's not working out, my sister her niema bi wo ha, I'll never exchange that for anything in my marriage. That is empowerment. No matter what, my financial independence is something that I am so happy that I have that financial independence. Every woman, if you want to be happy in life, have your own financial independence. When you have your financial independence, sorry to say, you command respect. So respect na beba also. So what financial independence as sebe. When he starts abusing you, or saying, Miniska, me de bema when they did. And Kawankasanka, wo ye juma, we mouse candia, won't got off fish and babeche. What did bien?
Read this message, mommy.
Or say, I married a white man and he stopped me working. I called my parents and told them I'm not interested, but he didn't mind me. So I took his money and hid it and started calling my mom that we solve it. I started working and now he's dead and leave me with 2 children. So my work support and all 2 children are in the university. So ladies, let's work. Well, that is another issue. It was a narrow thing, but you've done well. Nkwalani Ako School University. And you are proud of them. My main control or baby with me at an abusive relationship me a coon. Who ria na bema na kware oba foforo okware oba foforo wo man ho na eba be show ma. Do you think so sorry to say me adama if I am to marry another man and I go and meet other people's kids there, do you think so I'll have that time to take care of those kids like my own? I'll be busy taking care of my own kids. Let's be real. Yanka no kre dey find a pai muka. So what aware foforo na ko to se papa no na yire wu na ne ma wo na so ba be show ma. Obe man kwala na duane kura wo die na obe fe duane na be si nanim first wo sidi enkwala no so okay mu da mo mra betina si didi because mu ye mi kunuma. You give priority to your own kids. And see before so be wager wo man in an abusive relationship no. My sister what is the woman power? Oba power na eden. So what to her obi to her won and never be her actions comes with that spiritual aspect because bibiki to be who can catch obi pay obi say pray over it. Okay, prayer is good, we all pray, but sometimes prayers also come with actions. So and maybe do her one chromosa action now or munjai enjai wo so obi won in some another person be obi won in some when my be 5 and not 10. By the time that people know, say he's the source of that, so only in that abusive marriage, now are you too late? You don't look at now we've lost almost 10 women out of that. And so sometimes there are some little actions that if you have to take, be bold enough and take those actions. So Obi Becca said, I'm afraid if it's Obi Troy will comment and say, it's very dangerous because if you want to leave an abusive marriage, you can leave that town. You can go to a very far place where the person wouldn't even know where you are. That is why when things happen, the court also put restraining orders on people. Say, hey, this woman, don't men pay mommy, we say for 4 months. And the same man who has abused his wife now, you record reporting no. Yeah, the restraining order so for 5 months.
Good.
Ewo Ghana. Enti e na bi so e mo se Ghana mra nya adwuma. Mra ya adwuma pa wo Ghana. Mra ya adwuma. Say if you meet the right person who knows na adwuma pa mra ya adwuma. So sorry to police ni a wo to ha wo ye kodai wo ye kohwini e kom dina. Aha, and the sika ye de be ma no say 500 kan obeja shi no botoma. O say madam, o hwe police now o receive no ka wo discourage you. A policeman has no right to talk to the person who is coming to the police station to file a complaint. You have no right as a policeman or woman to talk to that person like that. Because in Africa, we have this familiarity. No report you be policeman now to the whatever. Mamo pesado do. Who couldn't wire the bay? Not in a hand of medical fear. Police assembly. How can you say that to somebody? The person's life is in danger. Police, you are there as a professional man or a woman. Juma woye no tie ni pakwasem watchro egubukumu. Send emrasi ya no ayemre juma san. That's all. The person is not your sister. The person is not your cousin. The person is there to file something. Just respect that, and that's it.
Sister Adama, me say abusive. I me say jama Dana kill me jama nkofo ere fi sa sister no. Sa sister na no obonyum 80s 90s ni mu no. She was a very renowned gospel musician. Her first marriage na abuse na ekoso wo mo ware young. And as her sister na te abusive marriage mu no wo bre. And then she talks about it openly. She talks about you sister Adama, sometimes you'll be surprised at the people who are abused. But ni mami bia your doctorate, what PhD, still what the relationship are abusing the woman. Sometimes and yet sebi ye kase bia obi an head down ko school nretire, you'll be surprised just sometimes. Asofo omugu Ghana efa abuse you omoyire. I'm telling you.
I know that Maxi be
abuse you omoyire no. Woman to be can because you could jidin one person
is man of God.
Exactly. Under the name of man of God. Man of God, my foot. Enipa ne te ho usro nyame na sa wo ti nyame asem asia odo e kire se de ben. What is love? Odo ye de. Odo e ye de ba de. Oh, asem no tofa ne ti ne nim ne ba bia ye kan ya akosi se wo ba pa adwuma yo. Oba have a voice. Woba pa adwuma ye. Woba have a voice. Because that is the only idea to me. Because uti relationship mu nipa na eburu. Wo ma miensa. Eye wo seko. Ba sister Adama wo ko ehin na wo kro. Ba senka wo ye adwuma. Wo nso boso mi so a wo nya akatia bia. Why na this answer hunu we bedi? Why na betimi this answer hunu we wade adiu. Na sister Adama e kan sem bi fa any abuses no mu behave. Eno kakra na me pese mete ho se be ma wo ne be nante time amu relationship ni mu no wa start e ka kire me de anya afa na ye ware a na ma me ne papa de afie ha be yi kwan yo tem bi ye kakra mo besra yen me de ye sa me pese ade no esesa wo ma o parents e ma ye kwan me enjoy your marriage be ma start kasasa ape wo ba you have to know where this is headed. And I was down for way, and I to sondodo, and I made them in penasem, and I way and I made the or be a wall who be our one who asem ka or ba. Open your eyes, and our sister way, and I there be a no by a fee, and our mammy, there be a no mammy abaha. Me mammy and woman and coming who baba be your farm or babe. That is how it starts. Near Pamu Hunipa, with safety support network a wall hunina. Me so will now for now will be now Huasamaka. Sister Adam and yet, I'm a man saying yet, I do a done yet, and auntie Anya will be a woman who can yet. Mimi Akasa.
You see, abusers no enye no kwa on be catch us me you there one not only some in person over here but social media. Social media also. Me can Okuno say social media or te ha share what ya no share you and we'll take it tips. Was a wow. The same men will come into women's inboxes and then they'll be telling other people's wives, I love you. But when you say mwadi award you need 1% e bibe to ne yire ne de and I mean person and man go social media. Emma yem betena hankasa. Asha woni yebebo wa ha. Woni ko a woni bebi a wo free a onyira. Woni ma de oba be your social media. You know what you are here for. And I mean ready and I mean pese obe WhatsApp baby crampo catch me say ni phone kra no kra wonim number no. Ni kunu nkwa na nim number no. Ni kunu nkwa na friend. Ni kunu mpese busuan for friend and nothing. Mami bi okom ha it even happened to her. Mami no ene me say da oji guy no ono kasa ne pamo papa ne free fie ho.
Simples.
Papa ne kofa ne free Africa ba me gre me pese obeye adwuma me pese otena fie mami ne wa na wo. O he say ya ye woni nchen nyina obi ye adwuma. O he say ma ye woni nchen nyina obi a wo ba but obi a sen ye adwuma. O sa tesna se fa adwun say na nti na me nkwa na me nye adwuma na me ti fie. Na nti na nti me adam ne ne kesa na me say hey sweetheart phone number ma me ya na ma fro wo say me nim number dan so what say onim ni phone number na ni kunu na nim ni number na me say sa na for the abuse no honey do. My sister say what hana sa wo hwe me na say if you are in an abusive relationship one kasa be an account. My sister protects your finances. Be the sika in your name. Sika I show account won ko na wonim sika show account mu do abeka won kan kire me for sika no say nipa ko na abuse for sika sie no won sika sie no wa keep you sika o sika no de show na ma because I also so here sika nya de obema.
I just don't understand it. I guess on set when you come from a home that a man and the women are empowered and you're brought up and surrounded by a man empowered, you just can't see the other side of the coin. And yet they mommy to comprehend and understand how money be etimi ejeja etimi ability drew sa level no. To me na ya 10 year de menyame. Honestly, any woman who acclaims to say you love the Lord, you love udonyame, ubompaye he, so you're Muslim, we Christian, we whatever you believe in. Anybody amutie me amu free someone and you believe in a higher source and a higher being. Yeah, what's nasi? Emma will be human being, common ni power no so ya tiasa wa. Efa wo ehye wakono so bia no. Nyame na wo som no won hye da nyi sa nyame ni papa. Because if you really understand the say wo ya bow say wo gina wo na so as an individual as I say who ne say nipa no de wo buy has faith and confidence in you as a human being to be able to survive man fast excuse now me corner me just say and so what will happen? A lot of women hide under the you say my children, for the sake of my children, there be one kasa na wonye what dream say upese u solid na wona so when my children asem sister, this is your life we're talking about here. Enkwana ye ba akupe o sister Adama enkwano enu enie ye titi abetia ne kono ni ye che wu asa. Why should you die a needless, pointless death because of obi a nipa human being? Ade, dear Ben, what is it? Sister Anama to us, mami.
You see, especially in cremo form ma mo ha mo tie me. Ma munim say, yeah, religion. A man can marry up to 4 wives. Sometimes who first one okra won't show ye, but no offer second one. What to another one? Mommy be make mommy tia. Was it she is her first wife, but it's been almost a month. Ni kunumba na ho. No, sorry. Was it she's the second wife? Was it getting to almost a month? Ni kunumba na ho. I'm say why? Was it because ni kuno say the first wife no baby or yeah juma baby where the man is working is closer to the first wife's house, and it is easier for him to be there and to be at his workplace on time. And so, no, she's, as I'm talking to you, she's going through emotional abuse. Because what not general, what worry, but who couldn't what to her, you see me, Juma, what to her, say, you are suffering. And to me, I will suffer naturally, fine, make crow. But who has to take that decision? It is you. C'est toi. C'est toi qui dois prendre ta décision finale. Un point entré. You see? Let me tell you, when you are in an abusive marriage, don't pity the person in your life. when you are in an abusive relationship, you don't have to pity the person in your life, because who pity the background too much, one will be free mu zero. One just say one you'll be hurt more. What I say, marriage, then our you have to enjoy the marriage both. But say, if you are suffering, and then you are always in people's inboxes asking for advice. But advice, you don't take action, sir. Please, I need your advice. Okay, what can I say? Okay, you say, no, say so there, no, be butu ho, na ye dufu no, ya brono, paka. What you say? And see, ye increment from man, or more abuse, no, and a day, a dozen. Abuse and a dozen in a way says, sorry to say, it's difficult, it's very difficult as a woman, even though polygamy is something that we have to live with it, but it's difficult to be in a polygamous marriage. And if you meet a man who is not principled, a man who hasn't got a good discipline, I will name say, Sebi, you don't have to love someone more in the presence of the other one. A man you need na ho. Now we catch one say, matana rigan kina ya ikeo. Wala rigan ga de na so ya make it fine. Jalabian kina ye na de keo. Or kasa chiro ne o yanko ba no. Say, or appreciate ni ye bibia na wo wugina ho. Ni aya wo sa wo ya baller. Abra mu mienu nyina mo ye na yere. And the man sees nothing wrong with that. But the same man who is not even appreciating you, Maobi, maybe post your picture on a big platform and another man comments it. Your husband will come and insult you, basa say, is your ex-boyfriend or is somebody that you are sleeping with who commented on that video and say, you look so beautiful. Can't you also appreciate that woman and tell that woman she's pretty? You see, women, when we are properly loved, the love that we give back, no, we are mad. So what chre oba a do? Na sa woman what chre oba or do na what chre oba say yes. Say na me do wa. Women, we cry for your love. Ye chre or do no 10 times ni what dia maye. Me Adama, this is my principle. What chre me or do me chre or do. We are snobbish, I would also be snobbish. What mommy say, mama will say. If you give me foot, I'll give you foot. If you give me a handshake, I'll give you a handshake. What you say? Sana memi adama memi tie. Yes, approach I would be me home. It's the same approach I'm so be call. Sauba, na sauba. Mediana wen. One chia me. Shika, can you imagine? Bema wako jumaba. What about the two you can't even say good evening to us. And then you just Mediana, sorry, na ko hiti Mediana mamina minti. Wow, means sorry ko hiti Mediana. Say me dria. Oba also what shame. I also nkwala ni susu who say when daddy comes home no what share. What show you know what share na what show you know nkwala no was a sava. And that's what I say how are you? Then that's it. But some men, they feel so orgueilleux. They feel so big to say or no bema ne be jina chia na yere. What no yere no one na dam pass or ba no nakedness. E dia na won hu bi mo ba no. E wo de ba be sie ba be o ba be TV e wo no so. E dia na wo ho a sebi me ba be kan se mi krampa esre. Me ken sukra o be me sukrampo e be me bi sukrampo nya me fa mpo ne chem. E mpa sukra e you don't even perform well. Meaning I will kana no atum. Now so babes obo drag ni so. Abijino ayeye ne man make ade ni nyina ni. Ni tintin ni. Ni nyina ni. Enti ade ni nyina ni a. Now so when so. Na me way. Say. Empa wo mpa so adwuma enya papa enya buani. Na akrokro wo ni akrokro. Wa de no so kiti.
Sausage.
Na kiti we are what about budget to our basso. What be the budget? What a piece of about him say, Bema and manpower. What do you say? Size of my crime into kata. Size of my crime in the matters of foreign lipstick. Yes, baby carrot. Ask a foreign lipstick, and the amount as a sample to go you see. Now, what are you know? No, what did say and maybe some of you men, you'll be very hurt. And sometimes you can also and a man who they don't talk. You see, maybe a fine woman, she's empowered and she will be her car and everything. She needs to say, Nikuna and Namka, the papa no bon car, papa no could not be a casa, no be a feeling because Nipakona no bon. But Nipakon or baby team can no tomb, then she will still be with that man. Was I Nikuna no bon car or the yesterday, mention a musa on casa. But baby, who are her, need Jenny pet. Nigga, they get to say pet na akoye kasa be brave, baby. People have to hear it. Huh? Some men said, sorry. Some say I am because some are abusing. Some must see so they abuse it. But if you are saying a debut, as I just saying, they call lesbians, gays, nasa. And then,
Baby carrot no kwana every sister.
okay, I go. Every one get baby carrots. Baby carrots, no, so no, nothing abuse. No, so hey, huh? Answer will be you're abuse me, you know. Deal with your baby carrots, no, huh? Deal with your power in bed, huh? And then beat them out crow. Huh? And now you're crow. Or baby, or ha, one say a before more crampa. What about in the kitchen? When if you say, well, you're a Diana. When say what can semi crampa and your crampa. The mere fasa wa baba be sonnechi a grabbing his say no. And I saw no one tiring his say no, or banana come out on him. No one joke, Shika, let's be honest.
That's true.
Yeah. Or no matter what, or no matter how quick tempered Obia Wayere is, and I say how angry she is. Oh, so what's you are not crying. Oh yes, baby carrots.
Baby carrot in her hair. We see a toothpick.
Oh, toothpick in body, what can be? Say toothpick in body and to me picky. Huh?
Oh my God.
And sometimes, look, sometimes abuse beats me started so in a relationship, especially in marriage. I want to say, she can sometimes abuse be started. Beman no bani, they don't know say abuse has started, but on what's not say kasa. No man working yama out. Sometimes what's not say kasa, then you work out. Also, of late, I don't like the way you talk to me in front of the kids. Before you weren't like that. Say me kasa 1 2, then you insult me, say, no more busa boniface, and then you move on. You see, kids are innocent. Once I said it, nkrofo mienu eba together mama be won kwala no mummia mani na munya abotresi abotrama mo na mondom ho na montena se na monhwa mo mantete nkwala no together, because sometimes akwala be life ebi akwala na wasn't call doctor, but because of an abusive relationship no be a party on a separate ways akwala no onwie Jesus kra na akwala ne nam ho saa Ashika.
Sister Adama, me see it's our topic we yes, so we can't say it all in one day, but the main point that I have taken from that discussion, have it so far. No. Me dear sister Adama, there be I know you can say women empowerment they are dear here me no me no pass seriously, because that is the only thing that gives a woman a voice. Baby carrot, toothpick, lipstick power, whatever you want to call it. One kasa, one kasa mrasi. Now one kasa wutimi jina wana so as a human being. And no nebema liberation every sanse hunu. So when the bema sign, bema besi upe, one kasa wa would dine out team. Nya upe na wudi. Wo car, uni car. I mean, you're self-sufficient. Who here in Phobia? Then nipa ne ba. E wa approach a nipa no de ba. Obi so ba. Na se wo no, you're just waiting. So wo mekanchen wo set ne ho ya ne fe. Na fe wa start man the shopping list. Me here 200 Ghana me de be washimiti. Me here 500 Ghana me de be to Brazilian hair. Me here 500 Ghana and I me rent aso and I send me 5,000 Ghana to pay my deposit wo me fee. Now start yes anema na fofole no ane be fa wo sister. Be man ne oti no ofa wa chi kwatwem pna. Wuni anu a wo de kasa. Wuni baby a woko because one kasa wa belittle ho aka kire wo ho say be man ni ho a wuntimi nya hwemfa ma ho. And any woman that is depending on a fellow human being, simply because of Kotia na Helm, simply because of Obi Bekate, as a salmon Susuni and Mrs. Upon Chibitino, what Jane and Shadam Quenimusa, because when you pay anywhere, they live forever. Ye ni pay ya daseni a moja di mwa fusani a ye did coba de biadi, yare any wo bateni pahon. Enti na chese sa guarantee no a we de ho akwa akoto so no emfa wo nkosi ba bia because nipa mbetimi awu agya ho kina e kire ya na nipa no wawu okọ sese ne dia na abeye wo dwen papa na wo dwen boni nso de ama ho me dia sa women empowerment sem ne dia sister Adam ya de ehia me pa you know it ye ka ho asem pe
women empowerment every morning before I go out. Either I'm outside or before me
10
to 15 minutes. Okay, Mami answer Lee Patterson. We have somebody in the comments who says, Sister Adama, have you ever seen a baby carrot? Let me tell you, brother, anything that has got to do with my private life remains private. Okay? I don't talk about my private life publicly. Until let's also learn to respect people's private circles, my brother. So that is the answer, my brother Lee. Okay, yeah. Mami reading more comments and I mean, oh, Sister Jodo, my responding amano. I have responded to say me share me team so a change say I respond to that. What I say, anything that has got to do with my private life, Adama, it is private. I know what to talk about in public and I know what to talk about in private. Now, let me also read some of your comments. You see, women empowerment, you know, if you get yourself empowered before you get married, my sister, was story, no, your friend, I salute you. But if you don't empower yourself and then you are in your marriage and you expect miracles, say yes, now you are going to look for everything in your marriage. My sister, okay, no matter what, Obi better now catch me say, my husband doesn't want me to work, so me I can't work, me like this. No, your husband wants you to work or not. You need to work. And they're by fire, by force. I don't know how you're going to do that, but it's not your husband that I need to talk to, but you, that woman who is watching me and say, that you have to grab that empowerment. And they're friend by fire, by force. By fire, by force. Now, Sister Edna is asking me, where do I live? I live in Paris, sweetheart. Yes, I live in Paris. Now, Mami really, look, Mami can't show. So what you're bad, and what Hana sa oh shami, and you are not bold enough. They be a will soon our real. Our real won't got namunsu. Uswa, obedanini friend. You'll be blind one day if you don't stop crying. Do you think said Nipa worry every day crying? You don't marry to go and cry. Sorry to say, if you have to stand up on your feet, that is why you want Toma. Or found Toma Papa B. Any say, Papa want Toma. Now the fra say, or baby a friend and Toma, what fra want Toma say? Who fra want Toma say, a friend saw Bapa. Or Bapa was a friend and Toma. A friend by fire, by force. Now, Hilda says, for how long will your husband provide for your needs? Some women are just too lazy. You see, some women, they feel that, baby, the mindset so school no for so about school now for so about school no so say jadi amina wo kasana machi fish or jadi swat. If you think about maybe women who work, they can cook. And then this afternoon, those of you who watched my live video, I was at the marketplace. Me kokoye groceries. I bought fish. I bought this. I bought that. As I've talked to you, me cleaning me feeling now. That is why I was even late for the live video. I was cleaning the house. My fish. Me chucha vegetables. Ye be di check it. I check it. Me chucha carrot in cubes, me chucha tomatoes in cubes, me chucha cucumber in cubes. I take no ho me kasari ya you be doing hot. So you see, and anyone getting we saying sweetheart, you can still work and you can still manage your home. Others have done it. You can also do it, sweetheart. Memo bia in buleo. Memo bia in abuse. Nobody was born to suffer. Nobody was born to be abused. What you say? You see, yeah, 4 days says it's only in African marriages that women have to endure. My sister, it's not only in the African marriages, so we even have the same here. Women are being abused here in France. White men also abuse white women here in France. But there's a new law that has come out in France. Say, if you abuse a woman, now Obama is the first to report you are. Bemano, yama wu free baby Obana tino. You have to go very far. For instance, if the woman is in Accra, you, the man, the courts and the law courts and everything, they will force you to leave Accra to go to Bolgatanga. That is how things happen. That is why justice everywhere is independent. Justice ensure to say, yes, the president can talk and then they stop. No, they are independent. They can stand on anything. They can even tell the president, come to the, how do you call it? Come to the courts. That is why the justice works on its own. And my dear sister who says it's only African people who are being abused. No, white people also get abused. White men also abuse. Some white men, they abuse white women. But white women, no, omunja life for now. Omaka report so. Obet say yes. Etina ebi muka say abrofoma, sorry to say abrofoma omuni they don't have pity. It's not a matter of pity. Can you imagine say obi the iron ash ne yirechi. Mamenka abuse relationship could be so hard to wario mami bi obi send him a picture. Well, that was last week. The woman has 7 kids with her husband in Ghana. She's not working. She's married to, let me put it in quotes, she's married to a malam. Ena mami pen wasam kofa papa ni phone shika. Uncle for papa ni phone, papa ni side chicks and no naked pictures ni go papa ni phone so. Ene papa ya sha buru ni yere no. Oba ni oba koko ya bia no honam bia. Ene oba no to no wo de picture na ha ko chire obi. Say omo is can call hospital. And I'll to say na why I was saying me whole picture now, I must send them a picture, but I can't put that picture on social media because I can't put somebody's picture like this on social media. Mrs. Shika, me to me mama and also say sorry to say, kwasia, ya boo say, what to honor what the picture nature will be. Nipa ya boo say, no one kasa was sorry, no what to 29, now call police station. I call report it, man. Aye. Na say way what to honor was right, just a one who about on yedma. Wuni baby call, wuni baby da. Wuni any da so. Bema wen kwa and a show. Bema what to her, what boo, because who can find the phone. And who naked pictures of the side chicks. Into your book. Nkola 7. What na hona watching home. When you yamre our Nkola 7 we saying na, but wuni mra or the bepesika. And Nkola 7 no so my brother no per se kone say. Huh? And Nkola 7. Bema ya worry ni. Ina make after in cream of 4 man. And ya bema we won't mean na oba ba ko ho. Oba ko worry biaka ho. Or worry bika ho abuse na kraba be west say. Into what was saying, and we couldn't all person a year juma. Bema bia 1% a year by year juma. As I say, me, I'm miniature, tree. Sometimes I find it difficult. Bema bia 1% a year by year juma. Mammy Chro, say Bema Nankasa 1 pen ma when you womanizer. 1 Jinuhundi. Enna was signing the abuser. Bema bia fun to me to him. Bema bia 1% a year by year jumano. Where you was idea making, where you womanizer or ma, because on person be very hune be here after me penno. Where you have or abuse women. Because there's nowhere you don't want your wife to work, she wants to work. Should she listen to everything that you want for her when she also wants to be empowered? Huh? When she also wants to be empowered? And you see, sorry to say, a lot of these men who are also abusers, so they are very poor. Omunisika. Shika. Bema wonisika. Ono so kra sitina so krampo yentimi nkasa. Na no kate ple. Huh? Wo ye bibia obe complaining. Huh? Wow, complain. Wow, ma obana sa wahala no kra woni sika bra. Woni sika, woni potre. She knew bottom. Obana ntimi ngyina home. Sika ope wo mfa ma no. Bi enija ope wo mfa ma no. Bi ope wo ma because wo kra woni bi. Woni ko bi.
Women, it's about time, oh, Emma. It's. I mean, some of these things when I hear them, not ask Mama Yare cry. How in 2022, when women are prime ministers and ruling countries and doing big things, some of us have allowed ourselves and subjected ourselves to near maybe to say sebi untuma gukura ye ditwi fom. Ye de prepare dry ye twitwi fom e mop floor crash won fa so chen ye mu ma ne bi. And I make kind of say, well, yes, sir, one fell born in the dear and found my book. This I won't near in India. But so won't see a jitney palm no cresso. Would you yammy di? Would you diesel as I see so I will buy it? And now I didn't and yammy do buy it. Yammy and mom, massy and mania metnaha and just be sex object servicing men. Women, get this straight. When yammy and my man. Amfa to 20 aya ha mu si e metena asase so ye de ya sade ne adwuma ne se ye bebie mu satisfy be ma ye be wo ama be ma ne ya no aduane ne ya no aduane ama be ma akosi so obewu. That is not what oba there be se so boafo na ye se be ye no awonsa ese fa ye adwuma eno so ka ho bi ma. You can't have a voice. You can't have a voice in anything when you're not contributing to Saadi Bino. Sister Adama, ni kunu ntimi nkasa nkyerɛ by heart because ni kunu nim sɛ wɔkɔba ɛdan kaba wotua bi light bill ba wobetua bi aduane ba wɔbɛtɔ ne mantade wɔntena hɔ sɛ ni kunu ni hɔ nti ne man ne di. It's why she's happy in her marriage. What's your idea, Anka Bibia, Bearman and a young sister Adama with new voice? New Kunukas war medan and chen and son. She knew how better me I home because Bearman knew how I would know. But so would you now? Yeah, Juma. You're able to provide for yourself. That alone, a career respect be a man wa kwenya be wo relationship ma won so to me kasebi. One who business are any pam you see a CEO. Ever say my sister Adam ayati business. Adam anko na air contribute was our business name. When a majority shareholder and I say so shareholder or business name. How can I be a silent partner? It was our business name and expect to say me baba shisha mrad Adam afa send ye berani sa business no. Abraham nsempua me tekuni sa business name. Our no your contract is a business and I knew be back a man a business. Because one also you'll be back with baby. And I want to see at a more better send ya more beya, women, it's about time we stop living for the next marriage. Parents, it's about time you start raising your kids. They should be financially sufficient and empowered women. Our more near yet Tim man. I say a ma better than kuko bi ne mponchi bi a ye wo mu ye ready say bema say obekwa for bema bi fi. That is just wrong. I want nemre mu. Ye na na mo abreso na ne yes answer hunu na don't change. Level don't change. German for a former no ba. Wanya ba.
Angela Merkel.
Aye, and yet Toto Netiana hem. Wanya ba. Women are out there doing big, mighty, gigantic things. Yet honey, ya subleti ya huni ya to say, dear Toto no ya debe service you be ba binti. And then yami dear back. What be little? What till standard no so? One fell buoni ni dia ma. Well, moon who obi anso to be movie. Kruwa wo di susu hu no. E na be man so di be susu wo. Adam atoa so.
Shika say you can't women empowerment and the social media you say women are dominating social media. Ma bi moti honum say but what social media more social media sika no is the same women. At the same moment, a man be on social media platforms be pray and obeshe or way follow me here, follow me here, and we say women are just a ma a yippee, a ma a yippee. You look out at these women and you're like, wow, isn't it an amazing thing to be a woman? The power of social media, huh? When you can even put your business on your WhatsApp status, how many people will view it?
You.
Or business contacts, they are so curious to see what you have on your status on WhatsApp. Somebody would DM you, how much this year? Isn't that a business thing that you wait for yourself? Huh? Much say yesterday, and I also blame some parents for abusive because some parents are not ready to listen to their kids, no matter what. Sorry to say, so Pastor Bisubeti waka say, okay, fine, you be compile, but niema bi wo ha is an emergency. Or baby, sebe ya brono, ya bona bia ni bia o no su se wontimi nkoni kunu ho. So de ampa cho kokoda ho. Kokoda ho a na kuma beto ni yim. Sometimes when you have to let maybe nipa kono be at the end, maybe for weeks scramble. And you know, some people have also come out of abusive relationship and they are done. Almost they wouldn't marry again. They wouldn't enter in any relationship again because obi their you see, no matter what goes on in your marriage, one kasa and obi control bibi. Some people are out there, they are crying, but nobody knows that you are crying. Some people are very secretive. I can't tell my friends, I can't tell my parents, I can't tell anybody. But you are so unhappy every day. And in that case, no one also would know a kasa trail. One kasa. You have to empower yourself no matter what. No matter what. Empowerment, when say you've also realized when you're empowered and somebody comes to you and the person wants to maybe have a relationship with you, nipa corner approach and so do CBC akasa crabo a different. Because oba we de na some money sika krampa, but oba me shower what you jama since morning we hear 3 CDs bundle to come on social media. You are waiting on him. And also, so upon a Jumana any Saturday on Tanafia Kra, or come and side chick bisika kra or your business. And all enjoy Sikano. A bra water one in a waba. And Kalana wo move you no so cry a show mokrapa Kalano a home knock on. Kalana you fee be no money na more now futuro. Obi bear on my home bon, Yamin from Bonnie Chemi. Huh? Winging was so, oh dear. When you have to talk, sister, talk. Nyame ama wano, nyame ama wadwene, nyame ama wahoden. What I say? Nyame ama every man or every woman a listening ear. But se nipa kone intina sintie wasama. When you have to advise yourself, my sister, me ma enframa mfasokwa, advise yourself. French ni besi si sepa isi sa yer. It's a French expression. French expression meaning that say nya ahanum say baby foforo. Some of you find it very difficult to turn that page of an abusive relationship. You are still in it. You are like, what would you do without this man? Because sometimes also you are being abused, but you love the person so much that you see the abuse and then you cry and then you sit in that abuse thinking that, yes, you don't have anywhere to go because you can't love any other man than how you've loved your man.
There in some year no be or harm me address you ahead before we continue. And the first one was from Minia Bema Meba. Bra Henry, I don't know what part of the show you heard, but a mema no aya omoka edi omoyire mu atem se 77 previous amonante mu bon na ho de ya na wonte ho no ana yeah discussion ni ye kan say mema ni bi oho no mu a omo mfa buo ni ni de emfa ma ye yere mu edidi atem e na otwebon e na ohobon e na nantem bon enso wo be kwa akohwe no onu na wodi obi atem no baby carrot na hye na ha hu sa na ye kan ye. I don't know why you're so hell bent on baby carrot no aye kan ye no and missing the other point of everything else that we've talked about, Bra Henry. I don't know why.
Okay.
Obano na bema na kase obano so twebon na no so enye obano so private life. E na bema no so di abeto abontene. Egu ne yire ni mu ase kire bedwa mu sa ne yire twebon. Me bisa wo, Bra Henry. Let's just be fair here and let's call a spade a spade. What is good for the goose, na good for the gander too. What you say? Ye ni mema atem dia, ye ni manso atem. Level don't change. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander, Bra Henry. It's if we are having a constructive conversation. Ni e can say a mema ni say no mo de ye man no. At a man no super senk ye de baby carrots no betu dwemu a enke enko yi eno ni ye ka. Ye ka se ye di mema atem. Ye ka se e na bema wo baby carrot anaches wonye bema. Yes an ye pa kire. But if you want to insult and degrade a woman, dear, and you don't know, so you better be the one for the about 2 bedroom. I'm an ye because be aware in your society, Mubiano. It is always the women that end up being victimized a lot of the time. Yeah, come, Mama, marriage is 100. Near Bema bedi for womb. Be a bear 90, but if sound dwarf for no, I'm an Indian answer beto banos. Yeah, your community, yes, sanity. Whether you want us to speak the truth or not, that is what it is. Yeah, you know, Ghana, one year, you know, you it's your seminar, yeah, cano. You know, yeah, cambra. So don't take it personally. Will be a medi, will be a Emeka will be a somewhere in your private. And Aname Papa, Mr. Lee, so can say, how many parents will want to advise their daughters to leave an abusive marriage? And when things don't work out, they will turn around and blame their respective parents. So I'm gonna cause divorce, you know. Now, sister, one casa now our yeah, bro. You do any my punching bag. That's how someone else. Yeah, no, what it will be any my punching bag and one casa. Yeah, this figure will face, you know. Sister, can't you see? What mommy no papa fear now papa do when your punching bag. Now fe wakwa wadiemu marriage. What is marriage? Marriage is a union between a nipa mienu. Two consenting adults. Ya mo pese mutana. Na mo bra e ka mutiribo mu say and make your life better for each other by complementing each other. That is marriage. It is a who could be this say yen compliment when him fiana de buy no say be me be brama say see abese to be na betina mu a enya bodambo because me coffee that's me the makeup me kanya me ani that's ya bro me my mom you find out me mama ya me pass where be for wo be hunu no say the ba no wo nya papa this is not my daughter she will know. What you say? And for as long as my mommy has breath, whether I like it or not, she will. I can blame her all I want. I can say whatever the hell I want to say. Me mommy, me see a great crowd, the baby betray me, if we saw the bind. Just a word, just a well who me dear. But so whom me passes say not to me. Oh, yes, she moved heaven and earth. Obekasa ne ba here asylum. If I can't see, say this is abuse, you will see it for me and get me out of that. What you say? Eti mamu mi enya say ye de ye ho ebubu afori hunu anya me nka asesa afori we be. You know, put yourself in this sacrificial position. Ye nya say ade no unye Jesus. Unye Jesus. Enya wo na obeti be me bia nkwa. Unye Jesus. Eti jaisa wo be take Jesus role and allow yourself to be put on a cross and crucified near the when you my punching bag at the support any king at the bro where you be back. Who told you say marriage no be you be back womb and me a chicken also a bow assume what marriage mu. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Me sitting in the 45 years in here. They've known each other over 50 years. Me who say me papa has even raised them, not even to hit her, but so be attempt to cross or man and sasso, at the abroad or vice versa. Why? I didn't. Then a be mutimitina warimu, Nancy, I see a Jumane be muntiminye. Ning say, a buoni need any ho from day one. Me mammy and a juma, me papa and a juma. Me mammy, she and me papa, no, ye juma, ye so jenny. Me papa, she and me mammy, na me mammy, so yan a juma, ye teacher me, and woman in abe come with your boom, see a bewari, yatsna. What ya say? Me mammy take cook, and papa same poor besoso, no, with your tea or muhua kenina. When we were growing up, and me papa and go to your school fees, you know. Me sit here be, me name sit here be. Me papa bet your school fees, and me mammy bet your extra classes. Me mammy the petrol begu car mo abe fine, and me papa better diani. That is the house I grew up in. And your fear be ani asha you. A average family. Woman you na ye teacher for, and one more yen. And one more bray and who adi abesis abling. What ya say? So if people can make a marriage work, say mutual respect the cost will fear ni mudia. Not just say a family no individuals are independent and one more marriage. Sister Adam and me bisa a question. If you are with Timuno, now mo saying.
Well, me papa, or worry me mama and or me mama, they had 9 kids. I'm the 5th born.
Good.
Of
A man
which
say.
a man is 6. Young in Ayakusko University.
And a man so say.
A mema 3.
And Tiana the man from both parents. No, was there any different? Oh, mammy can say, where do your boy into 1 year, 1 snack, 1 cold jade, 1 fat plate in cook kitchen, 1 year, and train you, so be a slave, Maukunu. Please explain.
Me and training free and collaborate, no, like even though we grew up with a lot of it was a different life. Me also sorry to say, maybe I come in life history and I breaky kakra. But I had a very nice and a very supportive parents. Because sorry to say, Nami Papa he had money, but say that is not how to raise kids. What I say, my mother was a housewife, but housewife, my father was giving her money all the time, and she kept the money. She was always keeping the money. And growing up, I would say, as kids, my mother, Anka say, or training me to be a slave to a man. But it started with my daddy. My daddy started ringing that word of empowerment. Was say, me mama, me de mo beko school. Mungina mo beko school drew university. Me pese be me biya babi jina ho ebo dre egumuso. That is how it started. Poppy started like that. It's maybe big sisters 3 or more men, as you already know, Omungina eco school, university, and everything in the US. Okay. To me, I continued here in France. And say you can't empowerment a tuning in an empower a free and collaborate. Or much like I said, never man or a caco show, one of a show. Show once what power in. What I see. And about Pia and Sam fan share so okay, mod mungina modra ware, I was here pekunuma monamaware no. Or no some school, Namunya Majuma. Nami who someone Yamajumana, and many bamus and Yankopo be a quima mosamoshia bema. Moncasa bema makuma pen move for mumbrefi. No mumbe worry mufie. Munya bema mamma for months now on team, a beman and cose margini. Mum for mumbrefi and brambetch lay if you because sometimes a maybe or ha, which ya bemana, bemanin yet, but which Rosa would deliver if you know the bemanish or on team. Which ya bemana, tell him say if he wants to marry you, you should come and see your parents.
Simple.
Until the empowerment, I say, yes, I say, oh, or bad dear, cotona, warren cotona, warren, so cotona, sena, school, nibi bia, wako, so cotona, dinina, hako, so kitchen. Yes, worry, worry, because Debbie, I'm a camp. Poppy never went to school. My father was an illiterate. Maybe if I want to step foot in school. But the man was so successful in life and he was so intelligent that he did a lot of things, especially for the girl child. Shika what ha was me meaning in I St. Louis Secondary School. That Form 1 block for St. Louis Secondary School was built by my father.
I know.
Because Papa ne say, send no person Emma eco school na Emma ye was we say so. Or no investment and your media man or they shan a man. I was a big Emma. And he was doing a lot for the girl child. Because he believed in say, so what training or bar Emma Nico school, Emma Niye Juma pa. There's a I don't know, say Ghana, you see, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation or something.
Aye.
Bibi sa.
When you educate a man, you educate an individual, but when you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation. Yes.
It's time I was saying, you're training, no? On both sides. Make it brothers. Everybody had her room, but you only making sure say one kasa say the biameka. What free Jesus about you? But me, Obama miss in your white shirt, no. Obama miss or say corner in Namotrum or some woman in sea or Syria. Then you give it to the maidservant, the maidservant to wash it, or she'll put it in the washer. Ningina was part of the training. Or training, and yes, or training yourself for our real. She's training you to be independent. Say, you don't know what life has for you. And she will training you in the hard way. So she wasn't a lazy woman. And opa, you could school and the baby will be a food flax. What did you school ha did? And see, Mama Sebi, yeah, when you some foundation, also saying from parents on so. I blame your parents. And then that's how some parents talk. Now Obana answer bema be me worry no kono. That's why Obana baller. Obaba no catch and say, hey, odo, na pay juma bi na ye. Huh? Ya no for rubber phoning in a year juma. Also, me person who say me ba what's your office year juma ni bi. When we start African mothers ni bi, omodo many daswa eto bema so. Ema omoba. Na me yenye pesika ni bi ma sika ni bre ne de akola bi a won pe be me bi ne de akoma no oso be kasa pani akofa mpanyimfo bi abetena wadidi watama abodua ma wani so nyina asa ye wia yes wo de kan wonu tum na kotena awarem wotena awarem you never suffer okotena awarem na 1 2 3 months what's mean to me because yes I'm sorry, I cannot love this man, and I didn't get a chance to talk to the man. Making so I almost say be a because the person has everything. Nipakono treat you well, but do you know Nipakono's source of wealth? So see a cry person in the so also crowd deep. And maybe so nam or musical menya when they water maybe brain so a ritual money. A ritual money near the tea. No matter what need yet, me the maker say, or bow or bemo, sorry, one of our brothers who also wrote in the comments that we should mind our comments. That is one thing I've observed about our African family. That is another way of also coming here to control us. Now there's no way I sebi me so me te ha me ni shika yenye nkwala. Sebe, Obana Obekachan is mind your words. You don't tell your fellow adults that she should mind her words and what she writes. What you say? There's something we call liberté d'expression. Leave people to express themselves.
To express yourself, exactly.
Leave us to express ourselves freely. What you say? Abuse, a being ever page we say so be on. Me, sorry, one fast some shaman on what you want me to say. A dear woman, no, me pesa me kana me can. A dear me, I was me can me limit me home. I know. A dear assembly uncle. Your secondary school didn't we do sexual education? Huh? Your course in Louis Secondary School didn't we do sexual education? Huh? And to see a better na kasana obi ba better mind your words, Me patrol mind your words. You tell your kids to mind his words, and also you tell your daughter to mind her words because you are training her. You don't come and tell an adult to mind her words or say. You don't say that to somebody. Sorry. Shika, I'm sorry to say this, but I have to say.
Anyway, sorry, I said, once am I me na who said baby and I can't I've apologized several times. We say, me kuma was ne. me kuma wo soro ene enti me mpese me kasa bebre. I'm not in a good mood maka. Enti wo de be wa ubenya bi sister Adama de ono wa ye lady kakula ne enti na me de nama na handle niama ni bebre but fa so nso there you will get it. You see sister Adama asema wo ken no me can be na asoso because sister Brown now buy no he's not the only one. Me na me be Miami page. Let me say this here. And it's the same with me Niabano. So because me suffer sad. There are a lot of people on this page who also have their own pages. Since I'm speaking on behalf of all of them. Yan kasa yan near Wi-Fi. Yan Facebook ne da homo bia uso pako bio page ni bi. Yan kasa ye page o. And ye de ye Ubaha, what is here? Sisika educate ye ho. It's if you're not here to learn anything, brah, you don't have to be here. We're not pleading with you to be here. We're not begging you to be here. It's one person who bet ye bibi papa. Waka pass. Asam na ye kano. Yes, ye baby carrot no any nywa. Ko. Sisters Rufao. Wow, you forget him, no sister. Assembly in said, and painful, we forget, we look past, we don't say anything because ye nimsa and cophobia or they just want to distract attention from assembly. Then be out there, I see Ojano with the energy, don't mind him. Near to son, quasi assembly, we won't tolerate it anymore. We're not taking it no more. What about this? So, who besia what dia besia? Yan so kowanim obian share baby a beef one obetimi akwohwe beef wo right? But what I despise and I absolutely hate and they say men think that more right near you say we're not going to shut up no more. We're not going to be quiet. Yeah, we're not going to be quiet, sister.
No.
We say it as it is. And when a man, a member be bring pen fire man be saying because 10 and 70 no, yeah, titino layer by layer near the two bam, upa di, upa die. What you say? Because sister Adama, minim set time me bad pages, so me start here the frame me, ukuemu, na catch them say mammy, and kofo bebre beba, men feel be but sister, it's becoming too much. My Miami page.
Don't allow, Chika. I'm saying this loud and clear. Don't allow. This is your page. You rule the page, my sister. What your page you need to suit you the way you want your page to be. Nobody comes here and dictate to you what you have to do on your page. My sister, take this from me. On your whatever he wants to do. This is your page, my sister. I am here to support you, sis. The rest of the CCs here, we are all here to support you. It's the team we conquer. And a team in Abaha to support you. Nobody comes here to tell you what to say and what is not to say. Mind your language. Learn how to talk. We don't say that to somebody who has a...
You know, what is that? What the hell? What the hell? We are some just some fianga girls be niabetina. Senya ye wo buo ni ni die de mamomo mema no mo so ya munya buo ni ni die ni bi na mo fa mayen not just
then who kasa you it's not about page so obey kasa some men they have that hard listening ears to listen to women and see he feels so obey kasa why should he listen to a woman who is talking like that? He wants to just grab her like the no, some of us we have a little sauvagerie but we don't bring that. Okay, hire ladies, before. But if you bring yourself, we'll give it to you. Shika, simple, sweetheart. Relax. Obi didn't know so now say idea what in the comments. You don't like it. You just click and block. Click and block. Click and block. Simple. Then we move. Let's continue. Another brother Lee, me who the comments we pray. What I say, how can somebody who loves you hate you? Exactly. My brother, I also want to ask you the same question. Why is it that some men have wives at home and they still have side chicks outside?
Hey, serious.
So our answer, mommy answer, me some answer. You find a question to question.
Mr. Lydia, I know him well from another page. Into your answer, he has time for you.
We say a question, Bill. Was it Adama? Was it have you seen a baby carrot before? No, that is my private life.
How I do
My brother, I respect you. And it looks like he has a very good sense of humor. I love that also. So you see, my brothers and sisters, look, we are here to learn. Saa yi na ebi mo hyehyɛ mo yan wo pesa wo hyehyɛ obi so no me pa cho aha nu say enye Lego factory and wa be hyehyɛ ye so say Lego no, this is how you want us to do the Lego and puzzle and stuff. But cho hanum say is an educative platform. We are here to learn. And maybe wo ha matena sumu ache. And maybe wo ha ehu ewo mu ache. And maybe wo ha e wo say ye bo mo na akyekere ehu na ehwo mu no o metimi unfold yo mo ho. Ma me bi betro wa hanum say she was in an abusive relationship for a very long time. I just received a message from the CC. Was say somebody just went into her DM. Was say I didn't know the nasem ever 2 page no so sa.
What nonsense? Why no?
And to the corner say, "We are banner, we are bema, and you are bold enough. Bring yourself in the comments. We'll block you." For DM because you are a coward. Yes. So we are bold enough. Bring yourself in the comments. What do exactly. Comments? I will block you. Let's move on. And fear more. As I said, you are doing so well. If you are in an abusive relationship, look, your life is in your hands.
Absolutely. Your
life is in your hands. Your future is in your hands. Your end and your future. You know, your life is in front of you. I keep saying that all the time. Life is never behind you. It's not because you are in an abusive relationship currently, so you don't know what your life will be in the next 10 years. My sister, say empowerment, you can do it. And also, let me also be clear. So we are not here to promote divorce. We are not here to brainwash anybody, but these are real facts. They throw out there. You're afraid to take it or leave it. Because sorry to say, ye move being before, ye move be a before, what's the topics when I maybe to baby or move brainwash ye. Oh, abuse or yerena, ye be kasachra me kasachra, me be na dreaming who say, yes, baby, I want I was also sorry, no, take your non-casani woman power in her hands, and maybe moon penocre, and maybe so penocre. And yes, me taking one side, but I am a free man of bantem. What I say, I am not here in defense of women. I am here for everybody. Say Bema Benya Asumje or Basu Benya Asumje. Obi straw in the comments. Brother Lee, was it just imagine? Say, hey, Papa, me shall open come up.
Mr. Lydia, me see one day cry be inviting open come up. I see him.
I'm a bit curious. So, Nidi Mr. Lee, a Chinese new.
And you know, I bet you make carry.
Mr. Lee, I want to know. I want to know why you have the name Lee and not maybe something else, you know. I say, just imagine such a man with a hardworking woman. And you see, some women also, they are so hardworking, but they are being abused in their marriage. They work and their money goes to the man. They don't even get 1 cent to buy sanitary pad for themselves. Especially, and no happen, Bema, a memo of the ma babushra, no monetary sadian. What your banner babushra, and I me wouldn't sika me prayer, me do buy, me them in person obey misbehaving, obey you sika pasa, into sikano, a big account to me can you don't even know your debit card, you don't even know the PIN number. Whenever you ask for money, I train them in treat your bills, ning in every treat bills, new year, Ubusan Isika, or say this month, and Isika Nebianka train next month. Abra Wankasa Usika, you are working 24/7, sweetheart. Maybe if I say an independent woman, you should also have your debit card, you should also have your credit card, you should also have your check out there.
Sister, as I'm okay, and you're trying to Woody, England, will be catch them and say. Papa bi kofa na yiri free Ghana by. And wape cleaning job. Ama na yiri ye. Mami ne sorry 5 a.m. Eko ni cleaning job no. Obe fie be se 2 o'clock. Area. Ubedra. Nkola no mo won nkola miensa. She has to clean their room, everything, cook, clean the house. Be manu ko shemwa to de bia 10 p.m. afi na no obe fie. ne yiri ni right se obeda abrane kunu maaye enti ese sister ne tena se se 12 midnight na ne kunu bedru fi a oba mira mpacho wabe be ma ne betena se a na oba na roro ne mpaboa ayi ne socks na wabu nkotodwe enti mira mpacho obedidi do me ye fufuo ne nkwan sister. When I heard that thing I was so mad. Na wako serving no e de agu tray so de abesi table so no abebu nkotodwe say aye ready na be ma na sorry no akotena se ni wadidi odidi wi a no asori wahohoro ne nsa wo ensuo mu wo table no so no asori ko na sister na be yi tray ni bibia be kitchen ho atwitwi ho apepa ho nyina if it is going to take her to 1 o'clock in the morning to do all of that, that's just a 1 o'clock be sorry for a dare siesie no ho akwadwuma 4 hours sleep one in a year. That is the kind of a year what they were subjecting you to just because one they did or banning here scout the better sanitary towel a man who is so be bunko to do best slany kunu so a man is ska one fan koto obey any tia as a sword sre no man is ska koto dark and lovely no po be man yamano because saloon cry man kobi sister it's asem na wo kan dey yes.
Mami sure, mami bi o US or better skincare products free money me car price share no. The same thing ni kunu na de na koi. And see everything that she wants to buy. I also busa ni kunu. Those of you who are watching me for the first time, I'm into skincare. Into who here products be anu aba me ho. Emma on nice good skincare products. Obi French be say publicité posed. So you see, mami ko ka share ni kunu say, oh, enema oba be to me ho $250. And then Kube na wakote $250. And then they unko Ghana phone kuna ye de ba hanum say na wunyusu bi sada. Abra, this woman is working and she's making so much money. And she just won a whole package, giving her what? Ne mami de na say, I was me man products pa just nkumba ako. And the shipment over there ni bibia. So the woman had to lie to her husband. Say, nipa kona I was sending this kind of cause of me so on sending wave enko Ghana. So she had to lie to Nikunu say enyane diana obi sika na waje na she had to pay. And I'm saying, "Eh, one kasa wajuma sika wo peso so ato ade so. You have to lie like this." Huh? With the issue of emema omo abuse ema omo keep omo finances ema intimi nyo omo sika no. I know of another story hanum say papa no he has 2 wives or ema 2 ningina e wo hanum say. The first wife no one na de ne buy or the oba ni free Africa buy papa ne ye adwuma papa ne ba fie 2 a.m. as you were also saying until oba no wada oba ne de papa ne aduane ko hye microwave mo so that when the man comes he just has to on the microwave, heat it and eat it. Papa ne ko nyane na yere no e won paso was sorry na ko ka me aduane hye ma me na oba na sorry okoka aduane ne hye wo se wotena ho oba ne sorry 4:30 a.m. subhanallah. I was wotena se. Eme papa ni didiwie. Na papa na sorry akoda ne na fuka kraka. Eno so bi meka se makase be ma bi fuka kraka. Na fuka kraka okokoda wie a na oba no akofa eniama ne shika. Na waye yi na oba ne enkase bie na no ka story kire me a. Edidi atem ono no de no enye eno no de ne verbal abuse na asema be free papa na na ka kire no. Enya asem keto enya asem pashika. What they no compare the other wife ni didi na tem and now who bon wa ha bon and I say and I say and I say and I say the other time me share mami na mark bi e won nsa ne no honam nyina nam se wonya mark were wo se ni kunu na board nam se Africa ya bro obetina France so yam bro na what ya bro nim na wutimi bie wano oba bia wutimi bie wano ka kira wo yanko baasa ya bro na wo de oba we minim se ne edian me famfro ya bo na wo san be bie wano aka kiro bi say ya bo one ka say bro na wo kan do you know how it feels so be bie wano aka kiro bi say ya bo.
Women, it's about time. It's about time. Sister, yes, I deal with your part 2. Near can verbal abuse, any sexual abuse, and so separately. You can't physical DNY any atenie no anense hunu na ya kan nyina besi but esese ye sign ba ne be kan because verbal abuse eno de eku oba ne sunsun it makes the woman not feel say where you bibi. And I think that is what pressing man ebibu o mabem emma mo lack confidence a wo betimi de atutu so akọ next level no. It is hard there no so no. Ebeba be kan ho asem ti na te say abusive relationship mu part 2. But the focus will then be about verbal abuse and sexual abuse. And kofo bebre ti aware mbo mo nim say rape aware mu Adama. Do you know that? Some kofo bebre ti aware mbo mo nim say aware rape wo because enna mu kra no esese bo mienu mo pini so se mo pese mo da. Ansa na mo beye obi ntime mfa ne pem me force obi. But eno no esese e be kan ho ase.
It's bad.
Part 2 yenya part 3 ne 4 ne 5. Yeah, me people I be kan nyina.
Brother Lee say, hey, Brother Lee, me shall open kasa pa o. Okay, I have a friend. It's all good. It's all good. You see, and just for everyone to be happy. Obi a want worry to be happy. Once our reason so say when if you are lucky, what's me kasa be man, what's me kasa oba no no matter say and then you change because you really want that marriage to work. Our reason so there's nothing you can do.
That's right.
Our reason there's nothing you can do. And when was that 3 or 4 days ago? Be the by me page so say ni kunu e fa ne bag it took for 2 years. I think be man na sampa. 2 years without even finding out say ma me ne nkwala no me didi a shika. 2 good years. I think papa na sampa. Na wa ba na wosu. Enti 2 years no ba na nka wo yere ne nkwala no nyina ewu a ko be anything. Because side chick na okodi nechi no. He knew the woman before the wife. And now the wife doesn't know say no honest mama na ya fa say side chick no they were there before so worry we say into we kwa aboshe into after na we free aboshe about be promising so the kwa aboshe they should get married one can't show ban say they are married or one can't show ban say he's married into wajane rena na okwakope greener pastures na visa na bouncing for 2 years na nsanka and back to sender wasan so na ho wasan ba oba no into when obano nka if she wasn't empowered that say na ko be hwe on ne man shika say na ko be hwe on ne man mo amoto so mo abusing crofo no being it women being it men me pacho emfa at the pa emba also because sabi so wo oba wo ma be man esu because of you wo hana enye ma wankasa woni petua wo your be ma so na sa wo yere ani su se ya enye ma bibia wo beka sa wo ye bia na usika timi hye all the time na you think say bia unya sika na akowra wo car na wo car say na akotua ni nyina ya so twe yakopon twe nkofo aso in marriage but they seem not to open their eyes and see say that is what is happening.
Sister Dorcas say, big sister Adama, we have to pray and deliver all our sissies who are still going by. They are the men, and men, dear, that is how they are. As a woman, you have to compromise. Me nana, because this was all they taught them. Ya nana mo abresono, ye chire wo mu se wo ba wadwuma ne se obe service you. Toto no ese ubie mu by hatikali mano. Ti se ne ubie exercise book 1, 2. Ube no aduane, ube hwe fie. Wase de se oba no, eno ano no. Wase say no times have changed. And America no. Enti ema ya mote ho. Na mu free say mo de you have to accept and support and your friend is saying put up with rubbish in the name of our dear no. You better start thinking. Ade a wote ho a eye wo tan ye say bibia ni ho eni ho a enye tan. Me ekwesikasi. I can never be with a man who is married to more than me. Sa polygamy no. Sister Adama, me de me kan akanda. Me nso me kan say me tie ne nan. Sa me wo ma de wo ho. Na obi nso di ho bi no. Me mekwesika no. Me ntimi nye. I can't do it. It is a what decide say me. And na apɛ sɛ wotam me ne me bɛtena deɛ ɛne ɛte aseɛ sɛ ɛyɛ monogamous relationship na me ne wo yɛ ɛnyɛ open relationship. Wontumi nkɔ nkɔfa obi wɔ m'akyi and expect to come back home and find me still sitting ɛwɔ wo fie hɔ. Ɛnyɛ adwuma. Mintimi nyɛ. Enti ɛno no from beginning no ɛna yɛ ada bia me ne me nua ba Adama yɛka ne sɛ right from the get go no ma wo nneɛma a wohwehwɛ no wɔ relationship no wɔ expectations no na ne nyɛ clear from beginning no. But you don't write anything down. You don't discuss anything. You are beautiful. You lose your senses, your mind, and everything. There's never a decision made about what is your deal breaker. Sister Adama, you don't feel but right from the get-go, one of the very first conversations we had, and they said, what is your deal breaker? A dear Ben near my son, so by ya, and you won't mean tolerate. You can't deal with Oba. Yes, I did. And he told me point blank, so I'm told Oba, Oba depending on so. Oba, would you not announce what was
or talking from experience.
Will be a fin or no neighbor beto Brazilian hair amount. I beto makeup amount. There's never a time I wouldn't hear be amuno who persuade no name amount. Won't to me or baby our tissa. Oba, mutual respect who boom means to me boom. Metron in your where my diary will be seen. We talk about it all the time. Number 3, me Oba met me at Gina be say, Obe Kurano. No one fan home called Chinchi and Bontim will be and done in the total manhole I will be abedibi. Those were his deal breakers. A queer sick, I won't so dear. Now, men so me catch it and say, me dear, no so. Me dear, 1. Bema, me no wotanano, tia sieta me no won't qua netra. Ada meti. So with this idea now, me no way, no, what's out the play your baffle for a relationship now? We're done. Cheating means dealing with cheating. It's unforgivable. Or me Bible. It's no. Your pong. Number 2. Under no circumstance must you take to say me your back. Because Miss Yawa will make crown fan and Zankameda. And he's the only person and Cassia can. As that's one when young yes, sir, but no crowd yet. It is a missing yet, dear. Not as a wouldn't who quines a wound so bad then. Obey me, sir. It's your bro is out of the question. No disrespect, no verbal abuse, no idea abuse, no physical abuse of any form or nature. And no fear. Number 4. Bema Ushiwi, Bema Unum Jot, Bema we yes have vices in Mubiano. I can't deal with it. It's your non so Yantiasia, no Bian who baby original, and Yantiasia, Juman. It is a say, the end baby will be a gina sister Adam, I would see any American. It is a yes, a Mako who said, Wakako fat deal breaker, Netiako break it now. And you're fair near better than the compromise, dear. Because from the get-go, no, the rules of engagement were there. Yen and I assign, I say a contract, I assign. It will breach contract now, a termination of contract. Plain and simple. What you say? But you move a man, most relationship now, because why desperate to some person who worry intino. Who person will fair be for police, bear man is saying when I'm a fenty, with the sa, wafan sa, there be. These are the conversations that must be had from beginning.
Shika, there's something you also have to know. And sometimes only a bit necessary we need this uncommon. Nipa ko obi ha wo mbie na koma mo nkyerɛw enka ne nyina nkyerɛw. Wo start ne net nasia ene wo behu ne suban. Eno so wo ho. Enti ena make us oba de you have to be ready all the time. Changes in about, you know. Once I brother Lee say me say there are some abusive relationship, there is nothing you can do. And brother Lee say there's always Adama, there's always a way, you know. There's some relationship I may say there's nothing you can do. Bema why na dwene se na yere wo mpɛ no. Nti de bia wo boro. obo esesa wo niam ma o se sore na ko. How can you say you are going to convince such a man to start loving somebody that he doesn't love anymore? Brother Lee. Nti enema bi wo ha entimi nye ye bio. Because in some relationship, I talk to a lot of people. Nti I'm using that also for this live video. Or baby or hana or donne free or nakuma ama bema. Or baby crampo case be crampa me no baby kasa. Onini kunu, she is in an abusive relationship. Papa ni ko hu say be me bia comment e woni oba picture ase e wo social media say you look very beautiful. Okoko she ne yere na e wo kwan so abona tete na tade in public. Amene mo kasai. But Obano is unable to leave the relationship because only papa ni see fie together. And because they built the house together, to her, so Okwa, she's lost everything. Into what team? 1, 2, 3, we have a papa say for me, fear krata, mommy. We pay me fear krata. And to such a man, brother, or be a what decided and I say, or bow with them in penny view. For months, getting to years, they don't even sleep with each other. Some men almost start say so bioma. There are times that we know my contact or dahana also daha, but it's different from when it is an abuse. Because our our is bueno all the time. There are times that only you don't even want to see each other. Or in a small corner, also to a small corner. Some men, even if they are not talking to you, are not talking to them, they'll come and sleep on the bed. And then maybe a different war and your problem. That is part of marriage. But Bema, for years, over 1 year, one die, mutifie na mubi, debia no pay na jo editiatem. Debia 1, 2, 3 biani a packet onyama. What's the call? No a packet. 1, 2, 3 no a packet onyama. Was any free me fee ko. Now, also so to her say, na me free papa ifia. Maybe where you came from, your parents are still in a single room. And unama and maybe I'll lock him. Because if you know free mobile, their parents are still in having just a single rented room. And she's just asking herself where she can go with these 3 kids. Because some people think that, okay, after such a breakup, they have to go back to their parents. But there's no room for them. There's no room for their kids. And it means that say if you are empowered, and you can also think of having a rented apartment where you can be with your kids. You see, let me also repeat one more time. So we are not here to promote divorce or everything, but in whatever case, you also have to say, you're bringing out some points on how you can save yourself when you are in a difficult situation. Yeah, share Lady Diana, Obia share what she was going through. She couldn't support it. Or baby and Kobeka no to make her say she's married to a prince, no betina musa. But this woman boldly walked out because she couldn't take it anymore. Also sometimes because of no baby disika. Answer what now what's your bisika so say petem. Pe what die. One kasa what die krawa ubehu nidi. Ubehu how to manage your own finances. Well, even in abusive relationship, if you are not empowered, and no be brave. And then a woman and man must work, woman must work. Both of you have to work to survive. Some of you, when your husbands are not working anymore, you bring it on social media, asking people to help your husband with money. Abra, nka woye juma, nka shurum, nka makamanwa tumuna, you are using your money to survive. Some men don't think far. They don't think of tomorrow. They only think of I don't want my wife to work. That's it. But is he thinking, so one day, he's not having his own business. He's a government worker. He's working in somebody's office. When you get beer or their tongue chain. Or ban de beer, one on an amount for 4 pounds. I can say, give me rice, give me oil, give me this, I have to cook. And even coming to admin's DM, admin, please, my husband is not working. And if you ask that person, what are you doing? Or say, please, me, I'm not working. My husband doesn't want me to work. When you have a plan A, you should have a plan B, you should have a plan C. You should have 3 plans in life. When A is not working, there is B. When B is also not responding, there is C.
Sister Adama, you're not point. Tell me, you better be part 2 and part 3.
Until long story short, abusive relationship and also abusive marriage are very bad. It's me manipa epodam kra. And it has affected a lot of people and they have mental problems they're dealing with secretly. If you're an abusive relationship, sometimes you wouldn't get anybody to support you. You are the only master of your decision. We wouldn't come here and tell you, take this decision. When even I talk to you, I allow you to take your own decision. If it's a yes, I'm staying. If it's a no, I'm quitting. You decide for yourself. But abusive relationship to me, Adama, and also abusive marriage to me, Adama, is a no. Is a no. Ntishika, I think Sasima Kasam. That is all we can say. Let's say no to abusive marriages. Marriages are not to be like that. Our real say you have to be happy.
Marriage is a partnership, and so there's no reason why a wife has to be treated like the underdog. That is just asemna no wabɔ ne tɔfa ama yɛn no. Menka bebree mfa nso so. Megyina efidie so. Ɛne mu nyinaa asere mu nyinaa sɛ mona me nuaba sister Adama asema me because you guys know sisters from Tete. But we had a lot of other people like who called the same school no classmates near will be and now for we all felt to say, you know, like they're all there, will be other supporting, but Minya Bay actually took a keen interest from day one, no? Even from back door. Say mommy, say, and she supported me and continues to do so since Esika educated back August of 2021 at the ABUSIVE update. Many so pa me abana do a watch them in social media so no many so me danase me busua nyina danase me sika educate nyina da wase me nuaba e woni awaye enti wo de back door no ma yen kasa na yen pe time a ye benya ho ni ya be ye part 2 no fa adia because any physical now will be at me who see abuwa manabia ho no. Some of us tend to overlook Sadian, but I know so yeah, dear, say my
evidence. So record evidence to defend yourself. Mema name man or my own friends snake under grass or bawa busia for her. I say sorry to say prophets been a bit see your many or free hop na a brony at the na.
Abusia, many aba when you be castle subium dia and you're not say upon but your becasa actually why? Sure, in Tinko Yameho, your bidding como.
Hey, obviously, how was Sister Adama during her school days? My brother, I was very, very intelligent. I was a very intelligent student, and but
then you're doing it now, hopefully today.
Me say, me little niece all 3 years, and now I'm share me in video. My kid sister call Kumasi or visit it. Now, my other kid sister need the alphabets no to a freezer and so. And or mess it up for sure ABDS. Akwala ne bofu. Was sorry, was say was it dini and was it dini ni na see na was a wo. Na wa yi na me nua ne sande share na akwala na baba yi na say yes, this is another me family blood. 3 years. So the was training super is just amazing. So thank you everybody on the page. You are so nice. I love being here. Continue to be nice. Continue to be supportive of all the pages that you want. And may Allah also protect everybody and make everybody in this group happy. Okay? We are not here to bash anybody. We are not here to shame anybody. When you are saying the truth, some people hate to hear the truth. But no credit about pay A1. No credit the whole car, you have to hit it hard. That's how you do it. Okay. It is sweetheart. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, bye.
We love you. Bye.
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abum, our real name, Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Punyani, baby, Sika educate, ain't like you page, you know, I am vibe. But more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man them so steady come for inspiration, motivation, modern education. For Canada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. For Canada, Bema Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abum, our real name,